This is Justin Williams making another video. I'm gonna talk about the 3 6 Mafia and its history. I've been listening to 3 6 Mafia for a long time. Ever since the late '90s, ever since my brother started listening to it, called the Chapter 2 Word Domination, Chapter 1 the end, and When the Smoke Clears. You follow what I'm saying? Originally, I started listening When the Smoke Clears. When the Smoke Clears is the one that I grew up listening to. You had songs like Sipping on Some Scissor, Who Run It, and Tongue Ring, and all of that. So I grew up on that. All of that. Let me tell you about the history of 3 6 Mafia. 3 6 Mafia been around for a long time. You follow what I'm saying? They came over. Mr. Styles was their first album that they came out with. It was underground and all the other stuff. It was real underground. So it was real like underground. It was a good touch of feeling back then. The CD was independent. It wasn't released nowhere else. And all of that. Before that DJ Paul and Lord Infamous, they started making tapes and all of that back in the early '90s. Before they even met Cooster, R.P. to him. You follow what I'm saying? R.P. to Lord Infamous. I forgot to say DJ Paul and DJ Paul and then the late Lord Infamous, his brother, DJ Paul's brother, Lord Infamous. They started making tapes and stuff, calling Serial Killer Volume 1 and Volume 2. They were their first. They were way before 3 6 Mafia. Way before they started 3 6 Mafia. Back then, there was there was some great tape albums that they made back then. I love their albums. I love their albums. I love the other albums too. Called Back to Hell. That was their first album. That was their first tape that came out. They did a song called Too Deep. That was a good song. I love that song to death. Loco Donnie and Lord Infamous son, made a remix out of it. That's a great song. From them to bring that song back. So that was a great song for them to bring that song back. 3 6 Mafia done made numerous albums. They made numerous solo albums for other people, like from Project Pat and Lil White, Frazier Boy, and Lil Chad and Gangsta Boo and Juicy J and a host of others. They made good solo attempts like Indo G. Who else? M Child. Now M Child never made an album with him. He made an album on his own called Gun Mad. Go get the album. Or go order because you can't even get it in the store anymore. It's probably out of print. You can get it at Amazon or you can get it on App TV. Which one your choice? Or CD Universe. Which one your choice? But 3 6 Mafia made some classic albums over the years. They one of my favorite groups of all time. You follow what I'm saying? They made Chapter 2 World Domination with their best effort, especially Mrs. Styles. I love Mrs. Styles. I got the re-release version of it, but not the original with the red 3 6 Mafia name on it, or the DJ Paul, red DJ Paul DJ. I just got the remaster with the blue one, without Back Against the Wall and Live by Your Rep featuring Skinny Pimp and all of that. So I got that on Live by Your Rep EP. I ain't got the Live by Your Rep or the what's that song called Back Against the Wall. I ain't got that on the blue version. I got the blue version of it, of Mrs. Styles, but I don't have the original. I love Mr. Styles. Mr. Styles is one of my favorite albums of all time. Even though it went underground, it didn't get that much feedback back then. Gangsta, I can't forget Gangsta Black. They did something with Gangsta Black too when they came out. Where he did Can It Be. Can It Be was good. Was a good album also by Gangsta Black. So go get Can It Be. I already got Can It Be, so I got that album. So they had beef with other rappers such as Gangsta Pat and T-Rock, Player Fly, Skinny Pimp. It was a host of others that had beef with the Kia Shine. Can't forget about him. Um, it was a lot of people, man. They had beef with, and a lot of people done dissed them, and they dissed them bad, and all of that. So, yeah. But 3 6 Mafia is one of the best groups out of Memphis. I don't care what anybody else say. They are the best rapper groups of all time. I ain't gonna say the greatest, but they one of the best. But if I say the greatest, it's gonna be all about them. But they're one of the best artists, best rap artists of all time. The reason why I'm putting this camera close to me is because I'm trying to speak up on this video real loud, so everyone on YouTube can hear me. But let's talk about the Unbreakable. The Unbreakables was bumping too, if I want to say it was bumping, but it wasn't better than When the Smoke Clears. I like the Unbreakables a lot better because they talk about real life situations on some songs, but most of the songs they didn't. But the Unbreakable was a good album as well, but Most Unknown was alright. It wasn't all that bumping to me. It wasn't. But the Unbreakable, When the Smoke Clears, and the chapter 1, chapter 2, and the Mr. Style were the bumping his albums of all time. But they started with the Mafia 6 now, but the 2 members done gone. Kustanika and Lord Infamous, they don't gone now. So they don't do, DJ Paul, DJ the DJ Paul can't make a Mafia 6 anymore. So, because 2 members done gone, passed away, Coop and Lord. But I hope they can make a 3 6 Mafia reunion in the future. I hope they do. Because I hope they get DJ Paul, the Juicy J, and Crunchy Black and Gangsta Boo. I hope they can do that with 4 members again. So, hope they can do that because I love 3 6 Mafia. I hope DJ Paul can make a reunion out of those 3. So it can make a classical 3 6 Mafia album. I don't want it to be trap or the original style. You follow what I'm saying? I don't got to the point now, I love trap music, man. I don't got to that point. But I hope they can make a classical album like they did with Mr. Styles, Chapter 2, Chapter 1, and I know they're gonna make a Mr. Styles. They're not gonna happen. But I hope it can be Chapter 2 the end, Chapter 1. Chapter 2 World Domination, Chapter 1 the end, or Mr. Styles album, or Breakable. I hope they can make a classical out there. Or Most Unknown, or Last to Walk. I hope they can make a classical album like them. So, but what time is this video? I'm gonna start about 9 something. But 3 6 Mafia made history. They made history over the years with tapes and all of this stuff. They did stuff with Skinny Pip on his tapes, Lil Jen and Carmike, Gangsta Black, Player Fly. They did stuff with them back in the day, but now all the rest of them doing their own thing. But I'm gonna talk about Memphis rap on my next video. You follow what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk about the history of Memphis rap, including 3 6 Mafia as well. I'm talking about the whole 9. So, but this is Justin Williams. Feel free to rate, comment, and subscribe, and add me on Facebook. I'm out. Peace.